that had to be, you know, the great memories. That year, the perfect season. And then the next year, we go 15-2. So we go.
And if the offense would have done anything against Oakland, we would have gone undefeated.
The next year? I think you're right.
What do you agree with him?
They laid an egg. That's the year I spent more time coaching defense, right? But anyhow, the next year we go 15-2, and we get beat. Well, the following year we get knocked out of our third Super Bowl out in Oakland by the catch that Clarence Davis made. Stabler's fallen down. Denner's got him by the ankle. He throws the ball, and they catch it between about 6 guys. And that knocked us out of our third Super Bowl in a row. But that was, thinking back, the thing that made that team so special.
Fourth Super Bowl.
Well, we won 2. If we'd have won the next one, it would have been the third Super Bowl win in a row. So,
We did go to the Super Bowl against Dallas. He's Hungarian, he can't count.
Why do you always have to argue with him?
you guys know what I mean. I had to be a hell of a coach to win.
He wasn't always as funny. When he stood up and talked in front of us, I mean, he came, thank God he came in 1970, because the coach that was there before, we weren't going anywhere. Coach came in, straightened everything out, but he was the boss, and you guys were all the little guys that were going to do what I did. Now all this back and forth, this camaraderie, the friendship, it wasn't like it back then. Yeah, but it's exactly what we needed when you came in, and it was because of this man.
You know what he used to do? He used to come in. His meetings were like this. All the players would have to come in assembled, and then Richard Nixon would make an appearance as the head coach. We all have to be quiet because he was going to make a pronouncement of something important. He used to get us. Well, he came in, and one game he said, "Look, you guys really were treated like a country club the year before." He said, "I know you guys used to drink a lot. You used to drink too much." And he said, "I want to show you an experiment." And Larry Little and Zonka were there, and they were kind of bored about what was going on. And Don had a glass of water, and he had a glass of alcohol up there. And he took a worm, and he put a worm in a glass of water, and the worm swam around in the water. Then he took a worm, and he put it in a glass of alcohol, and the worm shriveled up and died. And so he said, guys were now falling asleep to this whole deal. So Zonka was falling asleep, and he said, "Zonka!" He said, "Yes, coach." He said, "What did you learn by this experiment? When I put the worm in a glass of water, it swam around. I put the worm in a glass of alcohol, it shriveled up and died." And Zonka said, "Well, so I learned one thing." He said, "If I drink alcohol, I'll never die."
One of the first things that I asked about Nick, he thought he knew a lot about football. And one of the first things I said to Nick, I said, "Nick, when a horse does his deal out on the field, it comes out in little small balls like this. And then when a cow does it, it comes out in a round platter." And I said, "Why is that?" Nick says, "I don't know." I said, "Yeah, you don't know shit. You try to tell me about football?"
We never heard any of those type jokes when he was standing at the podium back when he was coaching. Anyway, that's a little bit of the flavor of the people that played on the championship team.